Hey guys, welcome to day 6 devotion. I just had a small testimony that I wanted to share with you guys. April of 2016 was a really disappointing month for me because I didn't get into UT Computer Science. And I guess the reason it was really disappointing is because I knew that I wanted to study computer science and I knew I wanted to do it at UT since ninth grade of high school, and I felt like that was something that the Lord had in store for me. And so when I didn't get in, I was super disappointed. I was offered the CAP program, which is basically to attend a sister UT school for 1 year, and then maybe try and get in again. And at that point, I had no desire to go to any other school, and so I figured why not just try 1 more year. And so I decided to go to UTSA. That first year was not a fun year for me. It was basically I spent all my time studying, and I really felt like I had to prove myself just to the people around me, to UT, because I was still trying to get in there. And so my life was just basically studying, visiting my family, and I really had no friends or anything like that. So it was not a fun time. And to make things even worse, I felt like a lot of things that I had overcome, especially a lot of the sin and the temptations in my life, was starting to creep back into my life at that time. Specifically, for example, porn was something that I struggled with in 9th grade. And by the end of high school, I felt like I had achieved a certain level of freedom from that. But all of a sudden, I kind of felt that old man coming back into my life during that year. So needless to say, it was not a good year. So I guess kind of moving forward from that, I did successfully complete the CAP program, and somehow I did really well in all my classes despite it being a hard year. And so successfully completing the CAP program only gave me guaranteed admission to a liberal arts degree, so I still had to apply externally if I wanted to do computer science, which is obviously what I was aiming for. And to be honest, I had no idea what I was going to do if I didn't get in, but for some reason I didn't apply to any other schools because I thought, okay, maybe I'll just continue at UTSA if I don't get in or whatever. So anyways, I submitted my application, and June of 2017 I got the acceptance letter, and I was so happy. I was really relieved, to be honest. And I guess the other thing is that it was only by the grace and mercy of God that I got in, not by anything that I did. And so I was just super grateful to God when that happened. I can't say that my life was all perfect after coming to UT. Obviously that's not the case, but I really do love UT, and I'm in the best major there, so that's pretty awesome. And one way has also been a huge part of just the blessing of UT, and I'm so grateful to all of you guys for just the community that y'all provide, and the friendships that I've formed there are really special. There are 2 reasons why I wanted to share my testimony. And I guess the first one is just to kind of call all of us to continue to guard our hearts and our minds during this time, especially during times of disappointment and frustration. Those are really breeding grounds for sin and temptation to kind of enter or even re-enter your lives. And there are 2 verses specifically that I wanted to share with you guys. The first is Ephesians 5:15 through 16, which says, "Be very careful then how you live, not as unwise but as wise, making the most of every opportunity because the days are evil." And then the second one is 2 Timothy 2:22, which says, "Flee the evil desires of youth and pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace, along with those who call out on the Lord out of a pure heart." And so I think the second reason I just wanted to share this testimony is just to say that no matter what you've been through or what you're currently going through, that God has you in the palm of His hand and that He's good. And obviously, where God takes you and how He takes you there is going to look very different from what you could have imagined or even hoped that things would go. But I can definitely tell you that what He has in store for you is a million times better than anything that you could have dreamed or imagined for. And so I just wanted to end with Romans 8:31 that says, "If God is for us, then who can be against us?" Anyways, that's all I had. I look forward to seeing y'all's devotions and testimonies. So.